Welcome back. President Biden and Mexican President Obrador claiming that they will take action on illegal migration. In a joint statement, both presidents say that they are ordering their national security officials to, quote, work together to immediately implement concrete measures to significantly reduce irregular border crossings while also protecting human rights. Politico, meanwhile, out with a new report, quote, Biden said he'd take another stab at a border bill, but nothing appears in the works, according to Politico. Joining me now is Kansas Senator Roger Marshall, a member of the Senate Homeland Security, Budget and Agriculture Committees. Senator, thanks very much for being here this morning. I want to first begin on this claim from Joe Biden and the president of Mexico that they're working on plans here to secure the border. The last time we heard from President Obrador, he demanded that the U.S. send Latin American countries $20 billion. He said that's the only way it's going to stop.
Right. So Mexican President AMLO, he wants $20 billion. He wants us to stop our sanctions on Cuba as well as Venezuela. But it's interesting, of course, is that Joe Biden has the policy changes that could fix this right now, and he has the leverage over Mexico. He could fix this as well. Simple policy changes like remain in Mexico, probably take care of half, 50% of the problem. And then we do almost $900 billion of trade with Mexico. Thanks to President Trump's USMCA trade agreement, Mexico is our #1 trade partner. So he has the leverage already. He could fix this with policy, but his polling numbers are so low now that Joe Biden's going to pretend like he wants to fix this, but we know Joe Biden's words are as cheap as the fentanyl tablets that will kill 300 people, 300 young Americans today.
Yeah, but I mean, look, why? Why would he do that, Senator? I mean, we're at a point where we're just talking about Laken Riley getting murdered by an illegal. We're talking about migrant crime. We're talking about all of these illegals taking precedence over American citizens, whether it be kids in school or homes. Why would President Biden ignore all of that and not do anything to secure the border? I don't understand.
Well, I'm afraid that no one can explain this, Maria, but absolutely Joe Biden wants these 11 million people that have crossed the border illegally. We see now municipalities, counties all across the country are going to let these illegal aliens vote, and then they're trying to figure out a way that they can easily vote in the federal and national elections as well. So he doesn't really want to solve this problem. This is a political gesture. He's there for theater. He already has the tools to fix the problem in his tool chest. Simple policy changes, use that USMCA trade agreement. That's what would fix the problem. This is all political theater.
What a stunning, incredible moment in time. I mean, Senator, you questioned Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas about this last week and the administration tracking illegal migrant gotaways. Let's listen to that. I want to get more on that from you. Watch.
Under oath today, I'm asking you, has this technology been operational since you took the post?
I would like to get back to you if there's any deficit in its operational capability. Senator, I'd be pleased to get back to you on that.
Has the system ever gone down under your tenure?
I'd be very pleased to provide you with that subsequent to this hearing.
How could you not know that? How could you not know what type of, is it been down once or twice? Has it been down for weeks at a time, months at a time?
Senator, it sounds like you know that the technology isn't working as well as it should. What do you want to tell us?
Well, you and I have both been to the border multiple times, Maria, and that technology is set up to help count the known gotaways. So we're probably at well over 2 million known gotaways that have been to this country that the Border Patrol officers are seeing, or this technology equipment has seen as well. And what I'm concerned is that for hours, for days, for weeks at a time, this technology is not working, that our Border Patrol officers are so busy being nurses, being social workers, delivering meals, that they cannot do their job. So we had this technology to help catch, or at least count, the number of known gotaways coming into the country, but we know it's been down, that whether it's just a simple battery issue as well. So we really have no idea how many gotaways are in this country, but it's well over 2 million people.
That's incredible that we don't even know, and we know already that it's 2 million because we've seen those 2 million on camera. Who knows how many we haven't seen?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And then these are the people that have never been vetted. And of course, the gotaways are the people that are the professional criminals. They're bringing across the fentanyl. They're doing the human trafficking. Those who the gotaways are. And I'm sure that they're a big part of this crime tick this uptick we're seeing in crime as well.
So tell me about that. Once they get here to America, they're starting up their own businesses, and that business largely is what? Human trafficking?
Yeah, so it's kind of all the above. Of course, what's really growing now are the illegal marijuana farms. Unfortunately, next to my home state of Kansas and Oklahoma and Colorado, I'm seeing it all the way in Maine as well. So there's 140,000 Chinese nationals we've seen cross the border. A lot of those are employed at those weed growing, marijuana growing farms as well. They're involved in the human trafficking, and then don't forget as well the money laundering for both the cartel as well as the human trafficking. So there's plenty of illegal jobs, unfortunately, in America, because, and it all goes back to this open border, Maria. You know that, but it all goes back to the open border. And as one of the officers, police officers, told me at a crime roundtable, we're not going to be able to arrest ourselves out of this particular problem.
Wow, it's just incredible, the crime and the position that this country has become in as a result of this open border. This morning, meanwhile, we're watching the happenings at Columbia. Columbia officials have asked students and professors not to come in today after a group of anti-Israel protesters broke into the Hamilton Hall building at Columbia. This is an academic building at Columbia University in New York City. Protesters smashed windows. A group called Columbia University Apartheid Divest say they are occupying the hall and are renaming it now Hins Hall. They are renaming the hall. This morning, protests also broke out at UNC Chapel Hill campus. Senator, your reaction to what's taking place? And by the way, Chuck Schumer's silence on this issue has become deafening.
Yeah, absolutely deafening. Where's Joe Biden on this? Where's the university president? Look, these rioters are breaking the law. But additionally, the university presidents are breaking the law as well. They need to be held accountable as well. It is time for the police to step in. It's time for the National Guard to step in. I go back and always look at, well, what did President Reagan do when he was governor? He stepped in on this situation. What did President Eisenhower do in a similar situation in 1954? You have to stop the illegal crimes. We are not a land of lawlessness, and that's what we're seeing right now. If you are not a student and you're on campus, you're trespassing, throw them in jail. If you're an illegal alien and you're there in that campus, you need to be deported. And then let's hold those university presidents accountable as well.
Really, what a moment in time. Senator, thank you. We'll be watching your work. Senator Roger Marshall this morning in D.C.